Hello everyone, this is Teacher Riga, your math teacher, and what we are going to talk about is how to subtract integers. This type of discussion is more on review rather than on the introduction. So if we have 8 minus 3, we'll get 5, 17 minus 6, that's 11, 9 minus 14 is negative 5, 30 minus 50 it's negative 20, 23 minus 0 is 23. 0 minus 19 is negative 19. 45 minus 12 is 33. 13 minus 14 is negative 1. Now, let us have this mathematical sentence here. The first number is called the minuend. The second number is called the subtrahend, which is the number that is being subtracted from the minuend. And the answer is called the difference. So take note, minuend followed by the subtrahend and then the difference is the answer. If we have 27 minus 8, the answer is 19, which is the same as adding negative 8 to 27. Now, if you're following our lesson during the previous, which is about addition of integers, to add 27 and negative 8, we simply get the difference of the two regardless of the sign. So imagine subtracting 8 from 27, you'll get 19. And what's the sign of the sum? Now, you copy the sign of the number with a greater absolute value. Since 27 has a greater absolute value than negative 8, and its sign is positive, that's why 19 here is positive. 8 minus 27 is negative 19, which is the same with negative 27 adding to 8. So when we add again with addends having different signs, two addends with different signs, you simply get the difference of the two regardless of the sign, and that will give you 19. And why is 19 negative here? Because negative 27 has a greater absolute value than 8, and the sign of 20 is negative. The sign of negative 27 is negative. That's why 19 here is negative. If we have 27 minus negative 8, that will give us 35, which is the same with 27 plus 8. Negative 27 minus 8 is negative 35, which is the same with adding negative 27 and negative 8. So when we add integers with the same sign, you simply add them and then copy the sign. Negative 27 minus negative 8 will give us negative 19, which is the same with negative 27 plus 8. So when we add two addends with different signs, we simply get the difference regardless of the sign. Imagine subtracting 8 from 27. And why is it negative here? Because we copy the sign of the number with a greater absolute value, which is negative 27. So 12 minus 8 is similar or the same or is also equal to 12 plus negative 8, which will give us 4. 7 minus 15 is 7 plus negative 15, which is negative 8. 31 minus negative 6 is 31 plus 6, which is 37. Negative 11 minus 19 is negative 11 plus negative 19, which is negative 30. Negative 24 minus negative 7 is equal to negative 24 plus 7, which is negative 17. 0 minus negative 30 is 0 plus 30, which is 30. Now, this is already the rule in subtraction of integers. As you observe, we changed the operation from subtraction to addition. So from minus, we change it to plus. All of the operations are changed from subtraction to addition. So that's the first one that you can observe. Aside from that, what happened to the minuend? The first number, we simply copy. So 7, copy it here. 31, copy it here. And then negative 11, copy that one. Negative 24, you copy that 0. So it's 0 also here. And what happened to the subtrahend? The number that we subtract from the minuend. From 8, we made it negative 8. From 15, we changed it to negative 15. From negative 6, we changed it to 6. From 19, we changed it to negative 19. From negative 7, it changed from positive 7. And from negative 30, it became 30. Now, Since we have already changed the operation from subtraction to addition, what we do next is to apply the rule on addition of integers. So if you're following the lessons previously, when we add integers, we if they have different signs, we get the difference. So imagine subtracting 8 from 12. It will give us 4 as an answer. And copy the sign of the number with the greater absolute value. So what's the absolute value of 12? That's 12. What's the absolute value of negative 8? That's 8. So which one has a greater absolute value? It's 12. And what's the sign of 12? Positive. That's why the sum in here is positive 4. So for the second one, which one has a greater absolute value? The one that has the greater absolute value is negative 15 and its sign is negative. That's why it's negative 8 here. Now 31 plus 6, that's very easy, which is 37. Negative 11 plus negative 19, since they have the same sign, you simply add them and then copy the sign. Now, negative 24 plus 7, they have different signs. So what you have to do is imagine subtracting 7 from 24, which is 17. And what's the sign of 17? Why is it negative? Because negative 24 has a greater absolute value than 7. And its sign is negative. That's why 17 here is negative. So 0 plus 30, that's 30. So what's the rule in subtraction of integers? Change the sign of the subtrahend. Copy the minuend, then add by applying the rules on addition of integers. So that's it. You can answer these exercises, and if you forget the rule, you can go back to the slides. That ends the discussion, the review about subtracting integers. Goodbye everyone, and see you for the next lesson.